I documented a wedding for King Kekwananse and I got some pictures. Trying to document the whole thing. And I decided to take you through the process through which, if I am to be editing a wedding album, I will go through. And today's video is probably sponsored by my wedding presets. I'll be using my wedding presets most of the time to color grade these wedding images. Some images were shot with the 5D Mark IV, some were shot with the EOSR. So the EOSR images, when I was shooting the video and I saw some frames and I decided to grab some frames, and the Mark IV images, like the same thing for the EOSR. So I'll be putting out that video soon enough, but let's just enjoy this editing process. This video is probably inspired by all those who are interested in wedding photography and how you can go about editing your wedding photography. You can also purchase my wedding presets to help you color grade your wedding pictures. These are highlights of whatever went on here: dress up, exclusive pictures, moments, first time meet, the ceremony, and one exclusive image. So let's just get right into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tjdwg, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe before you leave. I teach photography, I teach how to edit in Lightroom, I also teach how to research in Photoshop. Take a chance through my YouTube page and find out what's best suited for you and just get along with it. Also, I'm still promoting my editing page for Lightroom basic edits. For all those who are interested, I'll leave a link down in the description box below to the said page, so that whenever you hit it, we'll get to you and we'll see how best we can manage your situation with respect to editing your images in Lightroom. Thanks to King Kekwananse and Shots by Focus for allowing me to use these pictures for this particular tutorial. So what I usually do when I come into my Lightroom when I'm editing wedding pictures, I just stroll through, select the pictures I need, which I've already done for today's video. So I'm going to fix the crop, straighten it up. I'll move into transform, click on auto, just so that I can get that perspective. I shot from the left side and the light was coming in from the right. After that, let me see if I can straighten the crop, and there's that. Put it in the middle, rule of thirds. So my crop is fixed, and I'm going to stroll through my Tjdwg wedding grade to see which one will work best for the images. I recently learned this, where if you are editing a wedding and say you are applying a grade, you can equally apply different grades on different wedding images. It's the mood you're trying to keep. It's a mood or it's a story you're trying to tell. So I can have, say, Tjdwg marker for this, and I can have looks for this, I can have moon for that. You need to know which one to use. So straight to Oslo, let's see Sage. Oslo opens up my shadow for me. Sage darkens it, gives me some reds on the skin. Let's see the lo-fi. I think the lo-fi and the raw image, it just puts some yellows into it. I like the contrast, but I'm going to go with Oslo. These days, these are the looks you're probably seeing most of the time, right? So I'm going to increase my tint a tad bit and go into my HSL. Change the hue to a little bit yellowish, because she's a light skin bride. In between light skin and dark skin, that's for Ghanaians. Light skin, if you're purely light skin, you'll probably see it, but if you're the shade between light and dark, it's probably obvious also. Alright, I'll go into my tone curve, then I'll add some blues into my shadow. Come to my color grading, into my midtones, I'll add some blues into it so that it cools down the yellow from the light that was used. Let me see, let's add some blues into the highlights also. That's beautiful. So I like this. Let's see what I can do to the outfit is in the oranges. Let's reduce the yellows. Yeah, reducing the yellows, it's not really advisable here because I'm going to lose some color in here. Okay, I'm going to remove this light using the healing, draw a mask over that. Click on OK, and yep, that's that. So for this image, it was backlit. I wanted to show the detail of the earring, the headpiece, the veil, and a little bit of the backside of the outfit. Of course, this I'm going to use moon for this, but let's toggle through the other available. Oof, I like the lo-fi for this. I like how colored it looks, and I like to keep my before and after just so that I see how much of a difference I've made to the said photo. So I'm just going to, I think, increase my highlights, right, and increase my whites also. I like the attention the lights over here is bringing onto my subject. I'll quickly do this. I'll add some highlights into the veil, right? So where it is, where is it? White, then some highlights. To bring your attention to it, then I'll reduce the clarity to make it a tad bit soft. I'm going to use the same brush setting to create some more definition on the already available highlights. So I asked her to smile. Let me undo that, that was too much. Okay, I think I like this. This is cool. All right, let's see. Oslo, moon, marker, looks, lo-fi, and sage. I'm trying to figure out which one will work best. So let's see marker. Let me take away the saturation of the yellows. Not too much though. And I increase the saturation of the oranges a little bit so that I can have a skin color pop in there. And to removing these distractions, Lightroom gives a very heavy tax on your machine. Right, I think the only machines that can keep that heavy tax are the very new MacBooks. But yeah, let's make sure. Okay, so this is what we have. I'm going to light it up more using the radial gradient. Right, make sure it looks good. So let's expose it a little bit. And done. Let me see if my lens correction is turned on. That's fine. Let's see what the transform can give. Yeah, so the transform straightens up the image and we're good to go. One last thing before I leave, I'm going to increase the highlights a tad bit and add some color to this and a little bit of clarity. So this is the before and this is the after. This, I want to use the moon for this because it's really lit well and beautiful. Let me reduce this and open up this. Okay, I think I like it when the whole attention is on this, but I mean, it's your creative choice is what's needed. But I will keep it like this, and I will remove this bad boy over here. So let's make sure we have a very good Alright, let's crop in. We'll put it in the middle. Then we are good to go. Let's see what the transform will do. Okay, the transform fixes that. And there was also this image. So let's see, moon, Oslo, sage, lo-fi, Marquar. Alright, I think Marquar wins for this. Glance correction, everything is in check. Let's see our exposure. I'm going to open up my blacks just to reduce the contrast. Okay, I like this image a lot because it's more candid and she's looking at what's happening. Alright, let's use Oslo for this. Remove that green tint in the image. And I'm going to saturate the skin. And remove the blues from the outfit because it looks, keeping the blues there makes it look weird. So remove that and the purple and the magenta so that the outfit looks white. So a quick before and after. And that's that. I think I'll straighten it to the door. Well, let's just use transform. Transform will fix that problem. Okay, this is a first look. So sage, Oslo, moon, Marquar, then I'll reduce the exposure. Then what I will do is to bring back some color. So blues, and then the skin color, and I'll darken the blues. Bring back some color to the greens and the yellows also. Alright, I need that color in there. So there's a before and after. Alright. Do we need to darken the yellows or blow it out? I want to darken the yellow. this annoying gentleman over here. So I'll crop this to 4:5. Then I'll move it here so that I place them in the third frame. Then you see the reaction from the groomsmen, which is splendid. Right? I'll take off the enable lens profile correction effects. Then I'll add some vignette to this. Reduce the midpoint and I'll feather it. So now that tension now draws onto our dear couple. So let's go to this image. Let me equally copy this and paste it here. And let's see what. Okay, so I'm going to expose this and open up the vignette. Let me just enable lens profile correction. And yeah, maybe this will work. Saturation, let's reduce the yellows and the greens. Fix the crop. Yeah, so this is the before and this is the after. Straighten it up a little bit. Yep, and that's beautiful. Let's see. Yeah, so it was a very cloudy day. It rained the whole day. Alright, so I can choose between sage and Oslo. Give some color into the skin. Make it a little bit warmer. And blow the highlights out. Alright, for this shot, you can use Oslo, you can use Sage, or you can just use Moon. Simple as that. On to the next one. So this is what I will do to this. So the Moon, then I'll crop to this end, because she's now walking in, right? And I'll put the center of attention on her. So I'm going to pick up the radial gradient filter and invert it, reduce the exposure, reduce my shadows, open up my blacks a little bit. Then I'll reduce the clarity to make everything around her soft together with the texture. Let's see. Let's increase it. I'll come here and a little bit of vignette. Then some feathering. And that's what we have. A walking in shot. Beautiful. One thing I like about the Oslo and the Sage is when you have warm looking images, they make those warm looking images look very cool. And I like the moon. Oof. This is storytelling with an angle. So I decided to use the doll frame to create the rule of thirds this time around. Put them at the lower thirds of the third frame and also incorporate the people in there, those people using the phone and all. I mean, shooting a wedding is hectic. And there's a lot one needs to know about shooting a wedding. So I'm just, if the time is right and I've quickly finished the video, I'll put it out so that you guys can judge for yourself how the wedding went, what you learned from it, and how to even shoot a wedding in Ghana precisely. Let's cool it down. Let's cool it down, down. All right, I'm going to make this a little bit darker, so linear gradient, and draw a gradient over this and just reduce the shadows, increase the contrast. Yes, maybe reduce the saturation so that it looks black. That was actually black, right? Warm it up a tad bit. You know what? Let me just drag it this way. Okay, let me straighten. Let's add some color. Beautiful. On to the next image. Okay, between this and this, let's see how the healing tool will work here. This is a videographer. I mean, I couldn't avoid him, so I just had to add him to the frame. Lightroom is shit for these kind of jobs. So there's a bad selection. I'm going to delete that. Or I might as well just crop in. So let's undo what we did, the spot removal, and hold option, crop in, so that we can have just these. And there we go, problem fixed. Lens correction. Then let's look for, that is it. I like how it takes away the whole yellow vibe. Let me just pump some color into this. So some orange, reduce the yellows. A little bit of vibrance, some light, and we are good to go. So we'll copy the same settings, or we'll just pick it up again. I'm too good. So let's use the previous settings, right? Then we'll fix the crop this time around. This time around, there's no videographer in it, so yeah. Reduce the exposure so that you can see the color. Add some contrast, a little bit clarity, or reduce the clarity. Center it on them a little bit. Then that's beautiful. And this was the exclusive. I think I was shooting a video for this, so my assistant took the chance to take a picture without the strobe. I think this was available lighting. So let's see. Standard might work. Sage always works. Oslo also. Moon, Marquar, Lux, and Lo-Fi. I'm going to use the moon for this just because this was shot with the available lights in there. I'm not going to take away the box because if I was the one shooting this, of course I won't leave the box in there. So yeah, guys, this is what I would do if I was editing your wedding photos for you. But yeah, this is the process I go through whenever I am editing wedding pictures. I try to think ahead, if I'm editing your wedding pictures, I try to tell the story by looking at the images, going through, cropping, reframing, giving it the kind of mood you needed. This is a bright, this particular one there's love, there's joy. I'm not going to dial the colors. We need to see that vibrancy in this particular one. This is a lonely image. I mean, waiting for the groom, bridal exclusives. So black and white usually tells the story of elegance and yeah, all that. And this particular image, the very lonely one, trying to figure out what's happening. I like the scene a lot because of the leading lines towards this particular image. This would have ended up in black and white, but using the lo-fi for this can also tell the story I wanted, right? Keep the color in there for you to see the mood that it was when this image was shot. So this is the simplest or the easiest way to go about editing wedding photos in Lightroom. Crop, heal, and all that. You don't really need to go into Photoshop to do a lot of things unless you want to retouch, make it more extra. Then you go into Photoshop. Thank you so much for joining on today's video. Thanks to the people who made it possible for me to use this particular images I got from the wedding. I'm going to leave both of them, their handles, down in the description box below. Also, make sure you check out my new website and probably the workshop. Did I say the workshop? The store, the shop, right? The shop. Check out the shop to get yourself your wedding grade presets and use them to bring your pictures to life. Make sure your wedding pictures tell the kind of story you want to tell. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this video to other friends who are into the wedding photography, and be on the lookout for the wedding documentary for this particular wedding. I have a couple more coming in, and I hope to finish editing them quickly so that I can share it with you guys. Thanks for the support, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.